My name is Emil Hadji Panzov and I run the label Filter. We're dedicated to promoting and placing groundbreaking new music. And I have been doing it for a very long time in this way or another. I have been a radio and club DJ for over 2 decades, and my radio show was called Filter. That's how everything started with this project. And after running the radio show for a long time, I realized it doesn't have much space left to go. It was time for something bigger. The only logical step to take was to start a label, and it was also by the same name, Filter. After that, I guess one thing led to another, and Filter started growing in terms of genres, and our catalog started getting big in a very short time. We started being respected in the industry, and now have this aura of a cool indie label that has a very eclectic catalog with releases ranging from groundbreaking electronica through hard-hitting rock music and jazz and hip-hop. I'd like to think that the only common element of our releases is the quality of the music. And we started building our network of contacts in the music industry among music supervisors and decision makers in the industry. And we started getting successes in that field too. I guess first it was luck, and then it was word of mouth. And we started having placements in huge campaigns for brands like Philip Morris and Nike. The music from our releases is placed in shows on probably every big network in the world, on National Geographic, Discovery, MTV, CNN, in shows like CSI Las Vegas and Nikita. So we are very successful in that field too, and I hope Music Xray will help us to build on that in the future. This is a very hard question, and it is not very easy to point out one thing about music. We receive a lot of demos, and it is always something different that makes me like it. I guess the main thing is originality. With the advancement of music software and its accessibility, everyone is using pretty much the same software and the same tools. So it is very hard now for musicians to sound different. I guess a lot of us, I'm a musician too, and a lot of us became a bit lazy in this process. So originality is the key. As I said earlier, I couldn't care less about music genres. If it is good, it's good. Whether it's classical music or jazz, or originality is the main characteristic that really makes me like something, and probably the quality of the production. Sometimes maybe an unusual arrangement, but I think it is really lazy for an artist to send an unprofessionally produced demo today, because the equipment is very accessible. It takes really not a lot of effort to produce something sound to the level of the current commercial releases. We have 2 types of opportunities posted on Music Xray. The first one is when we are looking for music to release. And on that front, if we select the song, then we usually send our agreement, our terms to the artist, and from then on, if it is fine with them, and I would like to think that our agreement is one of the fairest in the music industry, then we proceed by planning the release, the cover art, the release date, and everything about it. The other type of opportunities we post on Music Xray are the ones for the licensed placements, and usually for those there are some more people involved in the decision-making process. And if we select a song, that means me and my team like the song and think it would work in the project. But we have to run it by the music supervisor or the producer. Sometimes even the editor has a thing to say about the music. So we inform the artist that we will send the song to the creative team, and once we hear from them, If they like the song, then we proceed by discussing the terms and everything else around that is needed to close the deal. I mean, Music Xray was really like this huge gift to us, and I have to admit, I was testing it first from the artist side, because I'm an artist too, and I wanted to see how the whole experience works. And I put up some few of my own songs and submitted it to a couple of requests to see how things work. Because don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of services on the internet, and some of them look like a scam to me. So I wanted to check everything before trying it, and I'm sure that this really works for the artist too, because I saw that side too. Then we started receiving a crazy amount of demos, some couple of hundreds every week. So it became very impractical to go through them all, because they were coming in our inboxes, via our Facebook page and through our SoundCloud account. And I have to say, most of them were not very good. So it started to get very time-consuming and complicated. And then we were starting looking for some service or a tool that will help us to do it in a more efficient way. When we found Music Xray, it was obvious from the start that everything is very good organized. The main thing is that the submissions go to their respective Dropboxes, and it is very easy to go to the submissions you want to listen to that day, because we usually work on 2 or 3 or sometimes more projects at the same time. So we would like to deal first with the submissions for the project that has the tightest deadline, and Music Xray makes it very easy for us. Also, another thing I noticed is that the demos received and submissions received through Music Xray are usually of a bigger quality compared to the demos we were receiving in the past. I guess it is due to the people using Music Xray. I mean, the artists Music Xray are usually the more ahead in their careers, and they tend to be more professional. So usually they are not wishful thinking submissions via Music Xray. There are a few, but they are really a minority here. So I love using Music Xray, and it has really helped us a lot to be much more efficient in our work.